Welcome to the Anything Goes show. I'm Kombat AllStar, and that's
Random Girl.
And yeah, today we don't really have a topic right now. So I guess we'll just talk about anything that pops into our heads.
Okay.
So what's popping into your head right now?
Nothing.
Co-op games. Talk about those little co-op games.
Co-op. That's a good one. That's a good one. Co-op games. Me and Kombat were just searching and browsing and scraggling through the Xbox One playlist and all that and whatnot, and we couldn't find any good co-ops. There's about probably, I can count on one hand how many co-ops there were.
I can count on one finger how many co-ops there were. Lego Star Wars, Lego
Rayman.
Yeah, so it's funny because like just the other day we're trying to find like some co-op games to play together.
Yeah,
and
because look, and back when we, back in like 2005, when did we start dating? 2006. When he introduced me to the gaming world, I was an innocent babe. Wait.
So we we're trying to find some games, some co-op games. Like
I was trying to tell him a story.
Okay, tell him the story.
I'm trying to tell him the story.
Okay, tell him the story.
Okay. I'm just saying, back in like 2006 or whatever, there was a bunch. He had the Xbox. Kombat had the Xbox 360.
The original Xbox too.
Yeah, the original one. It was. I thought the original was the fat pancake.
Yeah, I had that one. Yeah, when we first met, I had the original Xbox. Yes.
Oh. Okay.
Yes, and I sold that Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah, you did. That's another cute story. That was another cute story.
Okay, let's stay on topic though.
Whatever. Okay, so anyway, so he, back when we first started, I didn't know really anything about gaming. He had games, and he had like a bunch of cool games. He had like Halo, he had Gears of War, a whole bunch of stuff.
Brute Force, if you guys remember that.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my gosh, what is this game? He was like, it's Halo, and I was like, oh, this is awesome. This is my favorite game. I want to play. And, and then we became playing Halo. He introduced me to Gears of War 1, 2, and 3. Is it?
Yeah, 1, 2, and 3 came on 360.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. Like, I'm playing with my husband. This is pretty cool, And like back in that day, it was a bunch of cool, like get it in co-op games. You don't see that anymore today.
Yeah, and like I was saying, kind of finishing my story from where I left off. We cut me off.
Anyway.
Yeah, so we were trying to find some co-op games this weekend. So we went to a bunch of mom and pop stores, and we were actually looking at, because usually those mom and pop stores, they got everything. They got everything. From like PlayStation 1, Super Nintendo,
Sega Genesis, Sega Saturn, they got everything.
Game Gear, they got it all. So we were looking at some co-op games there, and it's funny because we went there trying to find these really cool games, and they didn't have any. They had all the stupid bootleg games,
really?
And all the really good games are considered rare, and you have to buy them on Amazon for like $200.
So are we screwed? We're not going back there and buying stuff?
I mean, I do. I mean, you can buy the consoles there for like pretty cheap. I mean, you guys already know I have a Dreamcast.
Dreamcast.
So
do they know? Did you tell them?
They got yeah. I think I told them on one of the Kombat AllStar shows.
Oh.
So I got Speed Devils and Ready to Rumble and a lot of really fun.
Me and Little Kombat played that the other day. Just in case y'all didn't know, we have a little boy. He's 3. He's amazing. He's awesome. Me and him played that the other day last night. We're having fun. Just wanted to put that in there. Speed Devil that.
Why would you?
I'm just saying. We speaking of Dreamcast, still wanted to play.
You was playing the Dreamcast?
Yes, we were. Yeah. Is it allowed? Is it not allowed?
Anyway, so we were trying to find some stuff, and we couldn't find anything. And it's like I don't know, like all the really good co-op games from back. I mean, you guys remember like firing up your Sega Genesis, and you had co-op games like Streets of Rage and Battletoads and the X-Men arcade game, Children of the Atom. I mean, I could go on and on. There was like a plethora of cooperative games.
A plethora? What's that?
And now there's not anymore. It's like since online came about, every game that they say is co-op is really
all indie and
online multiplayer co-op. It's not real. It's not like sit on the couch and play with your buddies.
Your friends, play with your homies, play with your booty calls.
Yeah, I can't be like, hey, hey Dustin, come on over, dude. We're gonna grab some beers and play some. No, I can't.
You gotta buy the separate game.
Okay, dude.
At his house.
All right, dude, Dustin, you gotta be at home and you gotta play, and then I'll fire it up when you fire it up.
Hopefully you got the console.
Yeah, and the game. So it's just, I don't know.
Takes away from the experience. I remember growing up as a little pup,
Yeah, and even, go ahead.
Yeah, I had my little Sega Saturn, I had my little Sega Genesis. I remember playing, DOA, a lot of alien games, at least Battleship or whatever it was, bass fishing. Kombat likes to hate on bass fishing. I think it's an amazing game. But, you know, I lost my point. What was I talking about?
Bass fishing. I would lose my point too if I was talking about that.
No, there's a reason to why I said all this. Yeah. It would be me and my sisters, me and my friends, you know, me and my cousins or whatever. We'd all get together, 5 to 10 of us, and we'd all play. It was like it was like a community thing.
You know what? I remember when I was little, going over my cousin Andre's house, right? Yeah. We go over there, and it would be me, my cousin Tony, Andre, and my brother Andrew, and we would go over there and we play NBA Jam 2-on-2.
Yeah.
2-on-2, cooperative and against each other.
Talking, you know.
Oh, boom, shakalaka! He's on fire, killing it too.
Yeah.
It's just like now I feel like there's no 4-player co-op games out there.
There's not. It's sad.
And the few that are, they're all indie games and they suck.
And that was part of the whole gaming experience. Getting your friends and families and, you know, loved ones close to you and having that good time and that experience, you know?
And there's been so many times, I mean, back when gaming was about being at home and everything, right. I mean, and I know this isn't a co-op game, but I have a lot of fond memories with Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo Edition. I used to play that with my sister and my brothers and my dad, and we used to, you know, take turns on there, you know.
Yeah.
And it was just fun time. Even arcades, going to the arcade, man, putting up the quarter band.
Quarters, right.
I'm next. His quarter was up there. He was next.
Going broke, you know, putting your little $5, you know, that your mom and dad gave you, you know, and just playing, going crazy.
Putting on the show for the kids. Do it for the kids. Do it for the kids. You know, how many times I heard that? People do fatalities for me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They hook me up with a few quarters so I can go over there and play Virtual Fighter and stuff.
I think it's probably 90% the experience, right?
Yeah, well, in arcades were 98% of the experience. But I mean, it's just like,
and that's a good thing.
Being in, I mean, and granted, like Mortal Kombat has like trying to bring that back with the whole King of the Hill. But it's always like it's online. It's not that same experience. It's not that, you know, oh, my friend is sitting next to me and he's gonna feed me the finishing move. You know,
but you can still play, can't you?
I know you can still play it, but it's different. You know, like, you know, because we're talking about, you know, playing games cooperatively, co-op stuff. So like when I was say like me and my boy is playing you and your girlfriend or whatever in Mortal Kombat or whatever, and you know, like so we're sitting there playing, and like he's like all right, Kombat. Here's the code, up down, left, right. That's the finishing move. I'm like, all right, bet. And then bang, I bang it in. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you know, we high five each other and all that. You can't get no high fives in King of the Hill. In Mortal Kombat.
Oh, that's what you mean. Okay.
Yeah, like it's just.
Well, I'm saying like regular fighting and the fighting mode. Can't 1 to 4 players play all together on Kombat? You can't anymore.
No, I mean the last game you had like 2-on-2. So like me and you can play against somebody else. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, but I thought so you can't have like 4 people at your household together playing the newer Mortal Kombat game. No. Oh, that sucks.
It's just 1-on-1. Like I said, in the last game you could do that because they had 2-on-2.
Yeah.
But you can't do that in the game.
Yeah, everything just has become a huge disconnect. Like everything, even like I'm gonna kind of get off the topic, but even like with Facebook and all these social medias and all that, how people prefer texting over phone calls or going over the house, you know, everything is at a disconnect. You know, you'll have like 1,000 friends like online, and in real life you have like 10. Like everything has become a disconnect. You know, what happened to the closeness?
Yeah.
You know.
That's why I kill for like tournaments, and even they ain't having it this year's Comic-Con, Denver Comic-Con, but last year at the Denver Comic-Con they had like an arcade section. People was going to, and it was free.
Snatch that out.
It was free. You didn't have to put no quarters in. They had like, you know, the Xbox and all that, and you could play and everything.
Yeah.
It's that.
Told me. Kombat we're looking this year for it. We didn't find. Actually, they showed us the game room.
No, it wasn't like what it was last year.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's like just that whole community, that gaming community, and how it, you know, used to be, and I think that's like the heart and soul. I think co-op games are the heart and soul of gaming. And that made up the community. I mean, having co-op, you know, consoles. You know, first it was the arcades.
Yeah.
So there was all kinds of community.
Which was awesome.
So you didn't necessarily need co-op games, even though they had them. I remember playing that X-Men game.
I remember it too.
Children of Adam. Then there was another one with Hawkeye and Vision and everything, and that was another Marvel co-op game, and that was awesome. I think they had like Midnight Riders too, which was also co-op.
I remember bashing those buttons like.
Oh yeah.
The joysticks.
So when they brought it to consoles later, you know, you still had that experience. Yeah. You didn't have the environment of like being in a bowling alley in the back playing the arcade or whatever, which was phenomenal. But you know,
still have the option of playing up to about 4 to 6 players.
Right, you can invite your boys over. You can go ahead and play. You have a good time.
Eat some popcorn.
But now it's, you know, that whole thing is just not around anymore.
It's not.
And I don't know what killed it, but it sucks.
I think it goes just along with today's society. Like, it just goes along with today's society. Like, people are shying away from socialness and interconnectedness, and we're just typing on the computer. We're typing insults on it. People don't even bully nobody anymore. We're like, we just like typing insults. Like, everything is like, I don't know. I feel like everything is like disconnected. We don't have that closeness that we once had, and that's what's wrong with today. It's going into gamings. A lot of jobs, even though that's far away, farther away from the topic that we're talking about right now. But like to me, everything, that's what today is. That's what today's era is. We're just coming at a disconnect between human beings.
Yeah, like I said earlier, I believe that's the heart and soul of gaming. And yeah, it's awesome that they have these 1-player games and these 2-player games. But I mean, bring back the co-op games.
You gotta have diversity.
Bring back the co-op.
Yeah, and you know what? Gaming, stop focusing on the beauty of a game and focus on the funness.
You know how many times?
You got some games where I feel like I'm doing homework.
You know how many times I played Battletoads? Yeah, Battletoads.
Oh, Frogger, that was a pretty fun game for me.
That's not a co-op game.
Hey, but I'm talking about a fun game. I'm talking about fun.
I'm talking about co-op games.
I just said fun. It was my topic. I said fun. I said stop focusing on the beauty of the games and focus on fun.
And stop focusing on multiplayer
Who
online.
we yelling at? Are we yelling?
Hey, can I finish? All right, stop focusing. Gaming community and gaming people and game developers. Stop focusing on online multiplayer. Focus on in the living room. I mean, okay, so have both, right? But don't take away my co-op.
Don't just take it away.
Don't take away my co-op.
I know. I mean, gosh, you know, being in combat, we struggling.
How would Sonic feel without his little buddy Tails?
He would be sad.
He would be sad.
He would be.
I remember playing Sonic and then my brother playing Tails and we going through Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh,
you know
just go back in memory. A flashback just occurred in my brain.
Co-op.
Co-op.
The heart of gaming.
Cooperative.
Do it.
Do it. That's a Nike sign, right?
Yeah.
That is do it, right?
Yeah, just do it. Okay. Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it. Thank you guys for tuning in to Anything Goes.
We're done?
Yeah.
I had more to say, I thought.
It's okay.
Oh, man.
Co-op.
Co-op. Bring him back. If you're listening, please. If you're listening, I know it's a brand new show, but if you're listening, we want you to bring back the co-op games.
Bring them back.
That's what made it good, man.
That's what made gaming.
Nobody don't want to be, in the living room by themselves playing the game or whatever.
I mean, some people do. But
everybody got their own thing.
Trust me, it'll be better.
Yeah.
It'll be better.
You'll feel good. You'll feel social.
Kombat AllStar Random Girl.
Are we getting weird?
Signing off.
Until next time.
Until next time.
Let me tell you. We're going to be here every Monday. What was the thing we came up with?
We'll talk about it later. Signing off.
Oh, fine. Signing off.